Hey everybody, it is Cindy here with Berryjam Crafts. Let me slow down a minute. Apparently I can't talk. We're going to create a patriotic porch leaner. I'm going to just throw some apple barrel antique white paint on my board, which is 12 inches wide by 2 feet long. So we're just going to messily put this on here. It is not going to be perfect. I don't want full coverage. I kind of like that messy look. I want the full coverage in the center, but my ends, no. I am going to use A to Z letters. I did put a link in there. So we're gonna do the USA, you guys, in Tuscan Red by Apple Barrel. I will tape my letters together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come from the top, down, the bottom, up, and over from the sides. And I'm just going to get in the center with the majority of that paint, and then I'm going to come from the top. All right, so we got our USA. I'm going to do a quick firework up here, guys. We're going to do FolkArt. I'm going to put it right over the top of everything. Oh my God. Look at that. That is so cool. It's got a hint of the blue and a hint of the red in there. Hopefully you guys have, you're part of Stencil of the Month Club. If you're not, what are you waiting for? It is an awesome club to be in. All right, now let's move on to some letters. We're gonna see if honor will show up. We're gonna do independence, honor. We're gonna do celebration. Put your words, you guys. Put your words at an angle. You don't have to be straight on. Make things kitty-wampus. What pack are the letters from? They are from the 4th of July 1-inch words. They love them so much that I needed to craft with them again. I've been doing all patriotic lately. Now you can use your traditional red, white, and blue, you guys. Do what works for you. These 1-inch letters were such a hit. So we got Old Glory. I might get a purple up here. I don't know. Guys, we're going to see if we're going to get a purple color with the 1776. Let's get Freedom down here. All right, I think that's everything. That turned out really cute, guys. Now, the other thing I had, and I'm just going to, let me hit this with the dryer first. I'm going to show you guys my other idea that I had for today. Is if you did something long ways, you can do USA and then all of these words on the side. So that's a whole nother porch leaner idea for you guys. On the other side, we're going to do the Halloween transfers. So this is Mim Wax Vintage Orange. We're gonna vintage orange this. All right, let me get all this in here. I'm gonna grab a little vintage or wild honey. I'm just gonna kind of put some in the center. I'm gonna kind of blend this in just a little. There we go. I wanted it a little more bright in the center. Let's hit this with the dryer. Now, I'm not sure if this guy is still available, you guys, so if it's not, I apologize. Grab another stencil. And have this be like the center. Oh, tip, you guys. This is what I've been doing. The cardboard pieces that are stencils and stuff come in. Guys, I cut the top off. I tape my flap down. I write what it is. These hold the rub-on transfers perfectly. So we're definitely going to use this guy. I haven't even, yeah, I did chop into my purple. I'm not sure if I'm going to use any of those, but we'll see. So this sign is going to work perfect with any of your things, but I'm going to do purple. I'm going to do purple as my baby. It's spooky. You guys, I'm going to do a purple pansy, and then I'm going to do a metallic purple over the top of that. Now, if you guys are having any issues with your transfers, it could be one of two things. It could be that your paint is not dry or stain is not dry enough. It could be the type of paint you're using. I have learned that using MDF board and chalk paint do not go well together. I've noticed sometimes, not all of the time, but sometimes with the chalk paint, my transfers do not stick, and it's the paint. So you can do a layer of Mod Podge over the top, or you could do a coat of polyacrylic over the top before you put your transfers on. Oh, I don't think I need a second thing. I think that looks perfect as it is. Yes, orange and purple are awesome together. All right, I want to do the tombstone for sure, and I want to do a skeleton off of this. But we're going to put this guy up here. I'm going to put these guys in a little bit. All right, and I'm just going to put these down, you guys. My other tip when you're doing transfers is, say this was not sticking here. If you ever have an issue where you're not sticking, come up at your transfer from a totally different angle, hit another side, okay? Because sometimes hitting going a different direction will help. Don't rip it off like a Band-Aid. Go slow and steady. Always hold on to the end. Oop, missed the tip of the toe, which would have been okay. Nobody would have known but me. Try and hold on to the edge, because if that doesn't, you got a piece, then your finger's on here, you can lay it right back down and you can stick it on there. I'm just going to put this guy down here in the corner. I'm going to give one more good rub. I'm going to go slow. I'm going to move, because if something didn't work on my butterfly, I could lay that right back down and I could put all of the little bits and pieces on there. Of course, that's me. When you cut your transfers, always make sure that you leave room at the top and at the bottom. Top, bottom, left, right, whatever. So you have room to put your fingers down. Just have fun. All right, now I'm going to have this one kind of centered over here a little bit, under that E at a slight angle. I have a sanding block that I picked up from Dollar Tree. It is well loved, well used, and if you just lightly come over it, it will get that little residue. It just takes it right off. And you guys, it's not all that noticeable. It's where you rub harder is where you're going to see it. We're just going to lightly get it. If you don't have a sanding block, a piece of brown craft paper will work. So we have this. I can also see taking my purple brush and dry brushing just a little bit of purple on the edges. And then we've got our USA Old Glory. So this can sit on a mantle, or I can take and put some little eye hooks in here and put a rope on it, and then it can hang. Can do either way with that. So you guys have a great evening, and thank you all for joining. Hope you had fun. So you guys have a great night. Thank you. Bye, guys.